Hi guys, so I wanted to record this video to show you some of the accessibility issues at college. I find this very ironic, but I'll just show you anyway. Okay, so right now I'm gonna. Alright, so right now. Okay, we're still recording. Alright, so right now I'm standing outside my dorm, and there's a I don't know what this is called, like a key card holder thing. And so basically we all have key cards, we can get in that way. And so, yeah, so there's no handicap button out here, which is really weird because, I mean, at least I don't see anyone. I mean, if you guys see one, that'd be great. So I'm just gonna like show the camera around. Oh, there. Yeah, so anyway, I don't see a handicap button. So I'm gonna go in, I wanna show you the building because it's very ironic how this works. So, and these doors are also very quick, so if you were in a wheelchair or had some kind of other impairment where you couldn't walk as fast, the doors are probably shut. And there's no way to speed them up or slow them down. Okay, so now I'm inside, and there's a handicap button in front of me, which you would think it would be to this door to my right, which goes into the hallways to the rooms, but it's not. So it's actually, as soon as I find the button, there it is. It's actually to this door that's over here. Which is very ironic because how is a person in a wheelchair supposed to get through this door right here when there's no button to go into this door? Which, there's a handicap room in this hallway. So, I don't know. So if someone was in a wheelchair and they didn't have the use of their hands, I don't know how they would do it because they have to be able to flip around this handle or have a dog where they could tie a rope to it and have the dog pull on the handle. So I've been arguing with housing about that for like a month and nothing's been done. So hopefully this video will bring awareness to that because that'd be great. Okay, so this is actually my room, but it's the handicap room in this hallway. There's, I think, 4 in this building. And okay, so above this little key card thing, there's a handicap button that's right here. And I've also complained to housing about this because this door is supposed to open with handicap. So I'm going to push my key card, and it says you're supposed to hold it for 5 seconds, at least that's what I've been told. So I'm going to hold it for 10 and just see what happens. So I pressed it, now I'm pressing the button. Okay, it's been 10 seconds and it's not opening. So when you hear that little click, that means it's locking back. So here, I'll show you. So it just locked. So yeah, I just want to make this video to bring awareness about that because handicap buttons, it's sort of like whenever people say their website's accessible and you go on there and being a screen reader user, you can't use it because it's just, they put tables or pictures or something and they're like, oh, it's accessible with this screen reader, but not with this one. And I'm like, how does that work? So yeah, I just want to bring awareness to that, and that's like the only room in this hallway that I know of that has handicap. The labels in the elevator do have Braille, which that's nice. Some of them do talk, but not in this campus that I found. Some of the elevators in this campus do not have Braille, and some of the floor labels don't have Braille. So I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go out to the elevator, and how I do this route is I just follow the carpets. So there's like a tile floor, and then there's more carpets. And there's vending machines out here, and okay, so I'm following the carpet, and there's another one. Okay, so let's just say I come out of the elevator. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but right here, there's a raised print number and a Braille number. So basically, they do the raised print for sighted people and people who may not know Braille, because a lot of older people or just people that just a lot of blind people just don't know Braille. So, yeah. So some of the buildings don't have that. I don't really know why, because they're newer and they're supposed to be ADA accessible, but they're not. So yeah, another USI thing for you. Yeah, so that's basically my little accessibility rant for today. So thank you for watching, and I finally have another video, so yep. Okay, so actually I have another thing to add to this video. Okay, so we're standing by the door right now to leave the room, and there's no handicap button for that either. So, and it's one of these handles where you have to actually pull it down to open, so it's like that. Sorry, blind viewers, I did not explain that. Sorry. Okay, so basically it's one of those handles that you have to pull down to open, and then it moves the bolt, and then it opens. Okay. So anyway, there's no way to push that open just by ramming into it or just pushing it in general. So you have to have the strength to actually push it down. So if you can't use your arm, or maybe you can and just you can't grasp anything, you can't curl your fingers around it, it might not be strong enough to push down to actually open it, and then also push down and out to open it. So the person is supposed to be able to get in to the building, which they can't. They can get out of the building, but they cannot get in. And then they can go to the hallway and not get in there, but they can get out. And then they can go to the room, and they are supposed to get in, but again, how are they supposed to get out? Because this right here is a thermostat, and then we have a light switch, and I think this is a handicap button, but there's no actual buttons, so yeah. If it is a handicap button, it's not working. Actually, I think it's loose because it's just hanging there. Yeah, so nothing's happening, so very ironic. But then, as you can see, we've got the rest of this room that's pretty big for a person in a wheelchair to get through, and these doors are, I'm pretty sure they're wide enough. I haven't actually measured them, but because I don't have a way to measure them. But they could be wide enough for a person to get through. And then, of course, you got the sink over there that's wide enough. And the shower is a walk-in / roll-in shower, so it's good enough. There's a bench in there and all that. So, which is nice, but on the other hand, it's like, if they can't even get into the building, how are they supposed to take advantage of the room? So, okay, I'm done now. That was my rant. Again, sorry this video is very long, but I don't understand accessibility very much, because if it's going to be accessible, either make it accessible or don't bother. You know? It's like, choose what you want to do. Don't just add one simple thing and then just say, oh, it's accessible, and then it not be. So, yeah, okay. I'm going to be done now. So thank you for those of you who are watching, and once again, I apologize for ranting. I don't normally do this. This just really bothers me a lot with accessibility, because as a blind student, I've had to go through a lot of crap with accessibility, and I have a lot of friends who have other disabilities, and it's either make it accessible, don't bother, and it's not something we talk about a lot in society. I mean, I do, because I'm, like, all for accessibility, obviously. So, society needs to really talk about it more, and just inclusivity, because we're all like, oh, well, let's include everyone. And okay, so let's include everyone, such as people with disabilities. Let's make it accessible, and let's not wait 10 years for some law to come that may or may not even pass. So, I'm sorry, I'm getting off another rant again, so I'm just going to stop recording now. Thank you for those of you who will be watching this, and once again, I hope this video is better than my first one, with the camera, which right now it's not, because the camera sort of, I think it's actually hitting a wall, but I apologize. Yeah, so I hope you guys saw, and if you didn't, give me some tips, please, on how to explain it better, or not really explain it, how to get the camera angle to where you guys can actually see it, because I'm totally blind, so I don't know anything about cameras, like, at all. So, please give me your tips, and feel free to comment. And I finally figured out how to name my videos, so I won't have to worry about it this time. And thank you.
Stop recording video.